Okay, so in my desire to keep you fine folks educated, informed on trends in the workplace that can affect your pocketbook and your path to purpose, here we go. Kind of an interesting story here. October for me is always a fun month. I think of October. If I'm in the mid of summer, like July, August, Alex, I think of October and I go, man, that's when I wear my sweaters. Get to wear the hoodies. A lot of football. Chilly. When I was a kid, Halloween, all that kind of stuff. Well, it turns out October has got a little bit of a interesting history in the world of work. I didn't know this until recently. It has earned the term Striketober. Striketober. In October of 2021, we saw a flurry of strikes by union workers across the industries here in the United States, multiple industries. But October of 2023, and folks, we're still in it. Activity's even higher. Cornell University School of Industrial and Labor Relations tracker has reported that so far this year, there have been 304 strikes in 499 locations in the U.S. Now, again, this is in multiple industries. We've talked about it on the show. We've seen it in industries like hospitality. I guess that's what you would call Starbucks. Starbucks attempting to unionize last year. We've seen that and continuing. I just saw today that Walgreens is dealing with it now. Their pharmacists striking, causing all kinds of problems. I tell you what, Alex, right now we're in the midst of a rolling United Auto Workers strike, right? It's not completely across the board, but it's being threatened. Like, you slow down production of cars, the general public doesn't care. But if your pharmacist walks out, you can't get your meds, whoa, wait for the pitchforks to come out. They'll be storming the castle. We Americans are some medicated people. Not trying to make light of this in any way. I'm actually saying if you want to see some mass social chaos and disruption, we'll let all the pharmacists walk out and go, we're not making any drugs today. Yikes. The largest strike of healthcare workers in the history of the United States occurred just last week, with 75,000 union Kaiser Permanente employees taking to the picket lines in a 3-day strike that impacted hospitals across several states. Again, listen, we've already got nurses, a shortage of nurses. They're overworked. I don't know if any of you guys have taken your families or you've had to go to a walk-in clinic recently. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The wait. And so I had to take my son. I said, hey, this seems like, we do an appointment, and then the appointment was a guess. It was like an over an hour wait. Felt like an ER. And the lady behind the desk, she laughed. She said, because I was curious. Like, I got my Ken Coleman hat on. I wasn't even my son's dad. I was like, is this a shortage? I said, is this a shortage? She goes, yeah. We can't get nurses in. You can't get nurses in. Wait times, everything else backs up. Can't get physician's assistants, can't get doctors in. And yet this is an industry, this 24/7 health clinic thing. So again, these workers know this. They realize they've got leverage. Now, I don't think it's a long-term fix. I've said that. I think that unionizing ends up hurting everyone, including the union members, because it creates an us versus them mentality. Everything's a negotiation. They largely don't have a true voice. It's like they elect a leader, and then the leader comes up with all these things. You got a lot of auto workers right now that are in the midst of a fight between the head of the United Auto Workers Union and the big three car companies over some very audacious demands. The word audacious, by the way, used by the head of the United Auto Workers, going, look, we're going to be audacious. Well, why? Because he told everybody that he was going to be audacious when he got elected. So now he's got to do it. Well, so you hand over somebody your vote, and then they go, we're going to be audacious. Guess what? After you voted for him, you got no say. That's the idea here. You got to understand that. You pass over your right to communicate with a leader. The very leverage you have as an individual is gone. You've given all leverage over to somebody else who, by the way, has a big agenda. Part of their agenda is getting reelected. So now it's like, I'm with the mob. Keeping it real, folks. Somebody has to say it. The other thing that happens is when you have these blocks of unions demanding higher wages, and it's not a true supply-demand capitalistic way of going, look, this is what the market says that we can charge for a car or for whatever. Watch what happens, because some of you don't understand this, and even now you're starting to get upset at me, but let me just explain something. A healthy economy, capitalism is by the way, the greatest form of an economy, because if left alone, I'll explain this in a minute, the left alone part, if left alone, we the people, the market, we are the market, and it sets what's going on. But then you put in government intrusion, regulations, entitlements, mandated that companies then have to spend money on, or you put in union negotiations and the unions go, everybody's going to now make this, and it doesn't support the market, meaning the market's that's not where it is. It's an artificial price increase. That price increase gets passed on to you, the customer. You want to know why we're in a stubborn inflation? Folks, I'm going to tell you, there's two of the culprits right there. Government regulation and intervention and unions. Listen, UPS just settled, and the cost of you ordering something now, it's going to go up. Because if companies have to pay UPS more to ship it, because UPS has got to pay their workers, you go, well, that's what everybody deserves. Well, again, everybody deserves an opportunity to earn what they can earn. But the what they can earn part has to have some market fundamentals involved for a healthy, sustained economy. And if not, if everybody's like, I want this, I need this, I deserve this, so we make decisions on want, need, and deserve, that's not going to end up well. Because the want, need, and deserve, folks, is driving up credit card debt to crazy levels, to personal debt, people buying homes they cannot afford. Want, need, deserve means kids get fat and unhealthy. If you just let a kid eat what they want, need, deserve, what is going to happen? They're going to be overweight diabetics. Just the facts. Want, need, deserve isn't a good recipe for a healthy economy. But we're driven right now by want, need, deserve. And so when companies can't get workers because of these demands, they have to pay them. And the crowd that loves the want, need, deserve line says, yeah. All the while you're cheering on this supposed win for the worker, and you're paying for it. You're paying for it. Everybody needs and deserves a college education. Okay, let's do a student loan program that you pay for when they default. You, the taxpayer. So, Striketober. I'm telling you, folks, this is growing and growing and growing. It's leading to a socialism and universal income talking point that is going to be supported by all this. Wake up. Be aware. I'm telling you, it's coming, and it's coming quicker than you realize. And you have a say. You have a voice, and you have a vote. Use it.